Hey, what's up, YouTubers? This is Grant, formerly Gone Baby Han. Just wanted to give an overview, basically a commentary about the VMAs this year, particularly the performances. I'm just going to go through the list here on the performances. First off, I'll just start out with I really thought the VMAs this year was one of the best I've ever seen. The only other one that I can think that was better than this or like up to standards was the one that was in the Palms in '07 on multiple floors. It was just insane the way they had it set up, and I really liked it that year. This year, however, there were some really good standout performances. Most notably, and this is just honestly not that I'm just a fan or that I'm not, but I mean I am a fan. But Lady Gaga, I thought her performance, the very first performance when the show first started, was just brilliant. Like, everyone who isn't a fan of her is just like, why does she do this shit that she does? She's so fucking weird. Like, if you're not a fan, or if you really just don't understand, how artists perform and how they make, how they get their inspiration, you wouldn't really understand, where she's coming from, or what she's trying to do with her art, which I consider art. She did You and I, featuring Brian May, and it was just, she came out and she was dressed like a guy. I think it was like kind of a slap on the wrist to her ex-boyfriend, who I forget his name, but he was in a rock band and he smoked cigarettes and had black hair, and I think that's who she was kind of making fun of, because she said that I'm her ex-boyfriend, and she's a star and she's shining so bright that I can't even get in. I want to get in, and like just her mannerisms and the way she walked, and like there's no question that the bitch can act. Like, she's going to be a great actress someday. I would love to see her in a fucking movie. Like, I'm just going to say it. Like, if she were to have a chance to get a good dramatic role, I think she could possibly win an Oscar. I'm just saying. I thought that her performance was one of the best, but I'm not going to talk the whole video about her, so let's move on. Jay-Z and Kanye West, Otis, it was really good. They came out, and it was just like out of this throne, like these doors opened, and they tore it up. It was a really, really good performance. Definitely one of my top 3 or 4 performances of the night. Pitbull featuring Neo and Nair, Give Me Everything. That one was really good too. It had a great vibe. Everybody in the audience was just jumping up and down and screaming and dancing, and the dancers, oh god, they were so hot, that were dancing around Pitbull and Neo. And there was even a really weird, funny moment where Neo was moving around on the stage and one of the dancers got in the way, and he just kind of was like froze up and just moved. But the show went on. Nothing was sabotaged or anything like that. But it was a good performance. Adele, Someone Like You. I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for saying this. Like, I don't hate Adele. I just don't really care for her music. I really love Rolling in the Deep. The video's great. But the performance, I was just kind of like, I felt like at the VMAs it should all be about just celebration, art, music, like partying. Like, it didn't fit the whole of the VMAs about what they're all about. It just seemed too slow, and I was just like, eh. Chris Brown's, was right behind Lady Gaga's, was like my second favorite, because he was on wires and jumping across the crowd, and like Chris Brown's known for his dancing, and it shows here. I mean, he tears it up. It's fucking awesome. The tribute to Britney Spears, this is where Lady Gaga came out again. Of course, she was dressed like this guy, like her ex-boyfriend, esque the whole night, and she came out again and said that she used to touch herself to Britney, like with a poster on the wall, and Britney was laughing. It was really funny. But it was basically a tribute. They gave a tribute award, and they had these kids dressed like Britney Spears throughout the ages, throughout her career, dancing, and that was really good. The tribute to Britney Spears I liked, because, without Britney Spears, MTV needed Britney Spears, and Britney Spears needed MTV. Without the two together, she wouldn't have had the huge megastar career that she would have had. Beyonce, Love on Top. This was another one I just thought was just kind of like, eh. Like, it was good. It was kind of like, it was supposed to be sort of a tribute to Michael Jackson, because it was kind of like the Jackson 5, and it was like soul and jazz, and I mean, it was okay. It wasn't bad. But the very end, though, she lifted up, she unbuttoned her shirt and showed like a bump, and everyone was like, like she was pregnant. Like, that's how she chose to announce her pregnancy, was in a performance. That was the coolest part. And like Jay-Z was up, like Kanye and Lil Wayne were like patting her on the back. Like, Jay-Z looked like he was about to cry. I was like, wow. The king of hip hop about to cry. Like, that was really good. Young the Giant. This was a band that was from, I believe they said they were from either Bakersfield or it was some like Hollister, some small like California town. But they brought their whole fans there, and the song they did was called My Body, and it was really good. Like, I was surprised they were just a no-name band that got invited to the VMAs, but they tore it up. They were really good. Their fans, if they didn't bring their fan base there, everybody just would have been in the audience like, yeah, they're pretty good, you know. But everybody was just jumping, just screaming. It was awesome. Bruno Mars, Valerie, this was cool. Like, Russell Brand came out and did this whole tribute talking about Amy Winehouse and how he thought, like, he kind of was making a joke about how, like, she just smelled and had bad hair. But then he kind of got real serious and was talking about how she had alcoholism and drug addiction, which is true, because, I mean, we all know how she died, you know, tragically. But Bruno Mars did a tribute to her, and, like, it was kind of like this, like, soul swing dance, because, you know, she's kind of known for that raspy soul voice. And Bruno Mars, I'm just going to say this, like, Bruno Mars, like, get rid of the hair. The hair's awful. The little pit, like, girls probably like it, but it's just, I think it's just really stupid. But Lil Wayne. Okay. Lil Wayne's performance was probably the weakest of the whole night. Like, I'm just gonna say it. Like, I didn't like it. I just thought it was really, for the Lil Wayne, the biggest rapper in the world right now, and his performance, it didn't do it for me. Like, he came out like Drake. I would rather have seen Drake perform than him, because Drake came out and I was like, oh, dude, Drake's here. Like, and he came out and he was just like probably one of the greatest rappers. Like, I wanted to see Young Money and like fucking Nicki Minaj and like everybody get on stage and just tear it up. But it was just Lil Wayne, and he came on stage. He sang How to Love, and then he did John, and he came out and, like, you know, he took off his shirt and he was wearing these like leopard skinny jeans and Vans, and was like, took a guitar and like slammed it down and like threw the mic down, like, I'm out, and like just left, and like the show just ended, and I was just like, that's what they chose for the finale? Like, really? Like, I don't know. I just thought it was a little lame. But on a whole, Lady Gaga, the best. Chris Brown, probably my second. And I would probably have to say Young the Giant. I really like that. I don't know why. That song keeps playing in my head, My Body. But it was a really, really good show this year, and I really hope they try to top it, or just emulate this more of the same. Because it was good, because they didn't have a host this year, so the host didn't try to like take away from the artists like they always do. Like, the show every year, like on the VMAs, they always have the host like tries to upstage all the artists, and it's just like, dude, shut the hell up, get out of here. Like, I want to see what this show is about. It's about music, performing art. Like, I don't want to see Will Ferrell up there like acting like a man-child or whatever. Like, but yeah, to summarize this again, I really like the VMAs this year, and I hope they do the same thing again next year. So if you guys want to, you know, comment, or, you know, if you guys have any disagreements with me, feel free to leave one, and I will try to respond. Please keep them, you know, mildly. Don't use any racial, you know, terminology or anything like that. I really just don't think that's respectful right now. Yeah, that's my video. So you guys have a good night. I've got to go to work tomorrow. It's Sunday night. But yeah, you guys have a great night, and thanks for watching.